Well, it is Friday night. Is it Friday night or Saturday night? And I ain't got nobody. Well, I do have somebody, but after a long week of work, my somebody is fast asleep in the recliner, and I am wide awake, although feeling a little bit run down and under the weather here. It's been, I would say, wouldn't say it's been a long week for me as much because I've had a job change where you know, it's a lot less on my feet and a lot more sitting in front of a computer. But anyway, enough about me. What do we got going on here tonight? We have the 11 and 8. Let's say that again. Philadelphia Phillies trying to get their third win at Petco, facing the San Diego Padres, who are 6-14 so far. The matchup has not been so kind to the Padres, although Phillies only managed a 5-2 victory in the last game. We are playing, this is April 23rd, 2011 season. The Phillies finished, I believe it was 101 wins in that season, so we'll see how close we can come to that as we play out this season. It will probably take a long time, so maybe the rest of this year and next, but I don't know, maybe not. It depends on how much I play offline. So let's get to this game. Hi, Larry. Yeah, so I've decided to go back to some old habits. I used this a long time ago as my little dice container, and some days it works better than others, but you can see how many times I toss the dice against it because you can see how the finish has worn off of the inside of the top of the box. But we're going to give it a little bit of a go again. At one point I was storing a pack of cards in there to take or just to have pinochle cards, but pinochle I'm just not 100% with it tonight, so bear with me. My eyes have been a little scratchy today, irritated, got some stuff going on with them, but it'll be okay. And kind of fighting off a little bit of a cold or allergies or something. The allergies could also be the reason why my eyes are scratchy, right? So let's see. I'm gonna get something to drink here. My son stuffed a bunch of little bottles of water in a fridge, and I'm going to have some water because it sounds good right now. Oh, yeah. When you're thirsty, it just doesn't get much better than water. So, anyway. Well, beer, I guess, but, we don't need to get toasted tonight. All right, so Phillies lineup is a little different here. And I guess the Padres lineup too. I guess they tried shaking things up because they've had a rough start to the season. But Phillies are kind of like let's give everybody a rest here on this road trip. Rotate in the reserves and try to give. And tonight, Placido Polanco is the guy who's going to get a little break. Also, Carlos Ruiz, the catcher. Reminder, these are as-played lineups, so we're going exactly the way they stacked them up. Charlie Manuel for the Phillies, and I would have to think back to 2011 for the Padres. It should. I want to say black, but that doesn't make. Let's take a look. We got the NFL draft going on. there's other people streaming. The way it goes, it's Friday night. We gotta have something to do, right? San Diego Padres, 2011. Bud Black. I was correct. How about that? My memory doesn't always fail me. Now, the thing is, I don't remember a lot of these guys playing for the Padres. I remember probably Orlando Hudson, but most of these guys are either beginning of their career or kind of like wrapping it up. So, yeah, I guess this was kind of like the beginning of the San Diego Padres swoon, where they really got bad. And I did a couple of projects, tenacious projects with the Padres in some pretty desperate seasons. This one looks like it's gonna be pretty desperate, but anyway, and again, so as played, we're playing Master Game 2. And the records, so the Phillies are coming off of my games. The other teams, any other games are being simulated by Stratomatic PC. So, if you're an APBA person and think I should get the baseball for Windows or whatever, yeah, I probably should, but we're doing this. And I think, from what I've heard, that game might not be so easy for doing what I'm doing here, which is taking this score sheet and inputting it into Stratomatic PC. That works pretty well. I don't know if the other one does. But anyway, I guess we should get going here, because otherwise this game is going to take until 2 in the morning, and that's the way baseball used to be, right? With all of the, step out, grab your crotch, shake your butt, stretch, this way, that way. Anyway, I'm not going to show you the cards this time. Victorino leading off. Pete Orr is going to be playing at second base, batting second. Jimmy Rollins at short. Ryan Howard, the first baseman. Ben Francisco batting fifth and playing right. And Raul Ibanez, I believe he's the team leader in round trippers. He's in left, batting sixth. Then 7, 8, 9 is going to be Brian Schneider. Wilson Valdez at third. And Joe Blanton, the pitcher. So, and Schneider, if you didn't figure that out, catching, giving the night off to Ruiz. So, facing Tim Stauffer. He is an 8-rated, or graded, if you will, pitcher. So, let's get this show on the road. Victorino takes his place in the batter's box. Left side of the batter's box, Mr. Switch Hitter Victorino. And that is going to be a 15, and I forgot to bring up my randomization thing, so give me a couple of seconds here to get that going. It's funny how that works out. If I brought this up, we wouldn't need it till next year, and then all right, well, let's see. I'm trying to remember which one was which. Where I had the stuff. Yeah, here's some of it. That's good. This will be good. All right, so it's 15 on Victorino's card, which means it's a randomization, or it's an air check, and what we do is we randomize those. So when I randomize, where did that chart go? And I've got to shrink the sum so I can see it. Okay. All right, so Victorino, I think he's a straight up. See, that's the problem with this dice box, is it just goes all over the place. Okay, 21. It was actually the same rolls outside the box. That's funny. 21 is 16. All right, so 16 going to be the center fielder. Center fielder's Cam Maben. He's a 2. So it's got to be between 31 and 46 to be a 2, which it is for a center fielder. 16-2, that's a single to center field. Victorino on. Good start for the Phillies. So with Victorino first. See, Victorino is an F18, so that would be he's not stealing until later in the game. So Pete Orr at the plate. Probably, given his metrics, I probably should have him be bunting, but I'm not going to. We'll play it straight up here. So Pete Orr, 61 is 29. So the 29 is going to be a pitcher check. Stauffer is a 2-rated pitcher, so, and a 21, that means we'll go to the 1 column, and it's going to be, let's see, Stauffer have a Y. Looks like he has no grades. Let's see. Oh, I didn't write it on there. He has an 8 grade, but he doesn't have any K or W or anything like that. So, it's going to be a force at second base. That will be a 1-6 force out. Fielder's choice, or at the first. 1 away for Jimmy Rollins. Or, what's he? He's another F. So we will have Rollins come up here, and 52 is 27. That's third base. Third base is going to be Jorge Cantu. He's a 3. So if it's above 32, it's 16. That's going to be a it's going to be a column 1. That's a double play, 5 to 4 to 3. Round the horn double play, and that will end the inning. So 5-4-3 DP. And the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, and they cleared the bases with that double play ball. Oh, that's right. I was going to do this. You're seeing behind the curtain. I apologize. Ooh. My eyes are still bugging me. So, all right, okay. So there you go. We'll do that. And one last little adjustment here so we can move this way up at the top. Okay. Okay, let's see. See how that goes. Nothing in the top of the first for the good guys, but we'll see how Joe Blanton does here on the mound for his first time out there in Petco for this season. So it's going to be Maben leading off for the Friars, center fielder. Shortstop Jason Bartlett. Jason, right? Yes. Bartley is his nickname. Jason Bartlett, shortstop, second. Then Orlando Hudson, the second baseman, bats third. Then Nick Hundley catching. Jorge Cantu at third base. Ryan Ludwig, left field. Brad Hopp, first base. Max Venable. Max? Will Venable. Why do I have Max? There must be a Max Venable somewhere in maybe Max Headroom. I don't know. And then is it Tim Stauffer? I think it's Tim. Tim. Not Lean Cuisine. It's Stauffer. All right. So Maben leading off. That's a 10. That's going to probably be a single here. Let's see. There is adjustments. Blanton a 4. Maben with... So his split will be 6. And let's see. That's a single. That is a single. Right straight up the middle. Both teams with a leadoff hitter. Mabin's also an F steal guy, so we're not going to go into doing any stealing here. Jason Bartlett to the plate. I don't have the averages up right now. 26 is going to be 12. So first baseman Ryan Howard, he's a 3. So if it's under 31, and it is, it's 26. That's gonna be a double play, 3 to 6 to 3. So that brings up Orlando Hudson with 2 outs, nobody on. 54. That's a fly ball into right field, caught by Francisco. 1 hit, nobody left, just like the Phillies, and it's no score. Heading to the second. Well, that's the only thing about the waters like that is that they go quickly. Should have a water bottle down here. That'd be better, like a refillable one. Okay, so Ryan Howard. Start second. That's a 37, which is that rare play territory? That might be. Yep, it is. So let's randomize the rare play. 35 is 38. Base is empty, rare play. 38 and 31. All right, well, that's going to be 9. So that's right fielder. That's going to be Will Venable, as we said. He is a 2. Oh, I'm going to re-roll it because we lost the dice. That's 41 on a 2 outfielder. That's going to be in the 2 range. First and second on an error. Howard's not a fast runner. So a slow runner stops at first. He is slow. So only a 1-base error, but that will be an E9. Phillies get the leadoff hitter on for the second inning in a row. Hi, Dwayne. Well, I don't know as you need to say everybody. I don't know as there's more than you and me, but that's all right. Ben Francisco. It's a fly ball to the left. It'll be caught out there by Ludwig, 1 out. Raul Ibanez has been having quite a season so far, but this is going to be a pop-up to short. Is that what this is? Let's see. He's not a Y, so could be a line drive. That's what Bartlett's an 8 and 61. Yeah, we'll call that a pop-out. 2 down, and it's up to Brian Schneider with runner on first, Howard, and 2 away. 52 is 27. Should have left it on the other side. That's going to be it's going to be handled by Cantu and thrown to first. 1 left, no hits. Flip sides, it's going to be Padres and Nick Hundley at the plate, catcher. All right, so no score. Bottom of the second. And that is going to be a 44. So the 44 is going to be a 7. Look up the chart. Blanton a 4. Hundley is the split's a 5. So that's going to be a base hit. Single. Brings up Jorge Cantu. 34. That's going to be. Whoa. Maybe I should be using the dice tower. Because I'm missing 3/4 of the time here. All right, 13 on, what was it? So that's going to be a pop-up to short again. 1 out. Ludwig. Well, there's a problem. 33 is a 0, so what's next? 51. That's a goner. Blanton. Any other adjust? No, that's going to be gone. That's a 2-run homer for Ludwig. Puts the home team on the board. It's been a long season, but it's a good start here in the game. 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Bummer for the Phillies. It's going to be Brad Hawk now. Another error check. We're really getting bogged down here a little bit in this game with some extra soup here. Let's see, 39 on the rear play. Base is empty. Blanton gets touched up. $64. Was that 39 I said? I think 46 was the roll. Yeah, 39. So that's going to be 18. What's 18? That's going to be the first baseman. That's Ryan Howard. 325. Okay, it's at least in the 1 range. So it's going to be a 3-1 put out. Second out. So no extra base runner there. And Will Venable, 2 outs. Another air check. Again, we've hit every single one of these guys. It's that's seems to be the name of the game tonight. Randomization 55 is going to be 21. Go to the flip side. I wanted to be able to stay on the runner at first chart most of the night, but instead I have to flip to every error check in the book. So let's see. 21 is going to be another check of first base. How about a low number just so we can get out of this inning? 31. That's going to be right in the 2 range. That's going to be an error on Ryan Howard. Turns the lineup over. And Stauffer to the plate with 2 outs. Hopefully we get another, let's see, what can we get? Well, it can't be 13 or 53 this time. It'll be strikeout. So we have another one that can go to some kind of like random roll. 64. Strikeout. Ends the inning. I know, getting prickly. 2 hits. 1 left on. Blanton up to his typical scuffling around self here, leaving pitches over the plate. And it's not easy to give up homers in Petco Park, mind you. So, all right, Wilson Valdez. Let's see, what's Wilson going to do? 26 is going to be a grounder to first base. He'll take it to the bag himself. Hop, not the quickest guy in the world, but he lumbers over to the bag in time. 1 out. Pitcher spot. Blanton, 41 is 27. That's going to be a grounder to third base, and it can too. Takes his time and throws over. Blanton was barely even trying. 2 outs. Top of the order, Victorino reached on a single his first time up. 53, another check. Same exact roll. Randomize the air. 43 is 20. Second baseman. It's going to be Hudson. He's a 9, so good luck with that. Oh, boy, 65. This is going to be an error, probably. 9 and 65. That will be Victorino reach on an error. A rare error for Orlando Hudson, but with 2 outs, we're not going to be stealing with Victorino at this point. He's an F rated, but or is basically a sure out. 34, that's fly ball to center, and it'll be the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, One left. Bottom of the third. Yeah, no nonsense tonight here, guys. We're gonna call it like it is. If I'm getting irritated, just gonna have to tough it out. I'm starting to remember some of the, back in those days of the Phillies project, the other Phillies project. It was kind of raw, but that's. Sorry, I'm just hiking up my shorts. They felt like they were riding halfway down my backside. You know what? We all have our various emotions and feelings. I'll tell you what gets me in playing games is, so here's the deal. Let's the straight dope, I guess, is what they say on the street, right? Maybe they said it like 20 years ago. Anyway, you've got a lot of results here on this card. You got a couple. Right there's one. This one over here, the 13, is actually it's a walk. But anyway, you got some of these. So you've got what? 36 chances there, right? 36 chances. Well, we all know what happens. We go flipping a quarter, and you're gonna go on runs, right? Well, tonight we've had a run of this 53 about 10 times already. So, those are the types of games where it's just gonna start needling you. And that's kind of where I think in the point of my game life is where I get my frustration anymore. Tends to be the things that needle me and pick at me and chip away and what was the other thing? There was another thing that just came up too. Well, the rare play stuff, so it's just you have a statistical probability. Hi, Philip. Probability of these things coming up, and again, I've got about a 1 in 4 chance of knocking a damn dice off the stupid table when my eyes are bugging me. So, and it just happened for the second time in 3 innings. So, ready to, yeah. Well, that should have been on video. Me using my big toe to scrape the die out between the corner of the wall and the floor. So, anyway. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like the no beer and no TV make Homer something. From the Shinning. Anyway, so no beer. It's just a soda. But anyway, top of the order, Maben, 2-0 Padres. That's 28, which is going to be a grounder to the shortstop. And Blanton's Y is Z, so we just got to make sure that we pay attention to that. But that's not a Y or Z. Well, a Z's walk anyway. So that was, what did I say? Grounder short, 6-3, 1 out. Bartlett. He's a peach, not a pear, right? 25 is going to be a... did I say X? No, it's Y. So that's 4-3. That's going to be grounded to second base. 2 away. My eyes aren't working. My brain's barely functioning, but I'll keep going. Hudson, 21. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Ibanez, that's a 1-2-3 inning. So Blanton settles down a little bit. 2-0. Your score. So, hi, Al. Rollins. Got to start digging back here, but that's not going to do it. That's going to be a grounder back to the pitcher. Stauffer. He's no Encore or Swanson. He's not that kind. Oh. I haven't rolled it 36 times, and I've rolled it about 10, and I've gotten 15 rare plays already, or errors. So there we go. We are on a roll tonight. Error check, 56. 21. Let's check the book 50 times. All right, what are we going to do here? What did I say? 21. First baseman. That's going to be Hawk, who terrible. Yeah, it's going to be an error, right? That's who's up? Howard. He's not fast, but he's going to reach on an error for the second time. This one for Brad Hawk. The big lug. All right. Howard at first. And it'll be Ben Francisco. That's a strikeout. The first one for Stauffer. 2 away. Brings up Raul Ibanez. And he strikes out as well. So, rather dud of an end of the top of the fourth for the Phillies. Looks like they're sleepwalking here, looking to get out of town after the game. I'm playing the master game. So, yeah. Hundley. Well, there you go. That's gonna be a hit, right? 8. Let's check it. 8. Yeah, there's no way Hundley goes way up that high. Yeah, that's going to be a base hit. Hundley's an F, so no. Looking at running here. Cantu. Another hit. That's going to be another single to left. Let's see, Cantu. I should have jotted down their tendencies. I can't remember who is what. It's been a few days since I played a game in the series here, so I don't remember who the pole guys are. Hop is a pole right. Everybody else is straight away. So that'll be it. Base hit the left, and Hundley's going to hold up at second. Something brewing for the Padres, looking to sneak a win here in this series, just to take a little bit of the pain away. Ludwig, first and second, nobody out. And that's going to be a, 9. Let's see, Ludwig, split of 7. Okay, boy, that's just going to miss. Single to left fills the bases. A runner would score with 2 outs. But that's going to load him. Big trouble for Blanton. Brings up Hop. He has a little pop. Base is juiced. 4 home runs in the season in total, so not the kind of power he had a little earlier in his career, but still could do some damage here. Bases loaded. They're going to play double play depth. The Phillies have to believe in their offense here to a certain extent. Playing back, looking for 2. 43 is a 29. That's probably not going to get a double play. Well, let's see. Let's see, the pitcher, that is going to be Blanton, who's a 1. That doesn't bode well. Blanton, yeah, 61. That's going to be a 3, so out at first. Wait. Ooh, wait a second. He's a Y. That's a strikeout. That's a big break. He strikes out Hop. So we'll take that. All right. Still the bases loaded. Venable. Now you got a way out of the inning here. You just got to get Venable, who's fast. Get him to ground into a double play here. Let's see. And I went off. I'm going to re-roll. That might have been the double play, but let's re-roll. 26. That's a 12. We have to rely on... Let's see. We got to go with the D, but we got Howard, who is a 3, so we need it 26 or less, and it's 61. That's going to be a 3. Runner's going to score, I think. D, safe at first, fielder's choice. Slow batter out at first. He's not slow. So it's going to be a run scored. Let's see. 3-6 put out at second base. Runner goes to third. I for Venable. It's going to bring up the pitcher spot. You got to get the pitcher out here. 3-0. Got to get the pitcher. First and third. 2 away. Venable. If he's fast, there's probably a good chance he runs, right? F15. No, that's later. And it'd have to be a closer game than this. So Stauffer at the plate. 2 outs. 66. That's a 7. That's trouble. That's a single to left. That's going to score another run. Venable will hold up second. 4-0. That's not good. That's just terrible luck. I guess the only good luck about it is that it didn't happen with a power hitter at the plate. But that's first and second. Now you got to start thinking about getting the pen going. They don't have Bastardo available tonight, but so Maben to the plate with a first and second and 2 outs. Got to get you out of this inning there. Blanton, 65. That probably will do it. 35. That'll be a foul out to the catcher. He's not a W, so that will retire the side. But they get 2 more runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. 2 left. Kind of a snoozing eye game here for the Phillies bat so far. We're through 4. Doesn't look like they're going to do much tonight, but that's why you play it out. Let's see. Excuse me. I should have muted it, shouldn't I? Well, that kind of night. We're going to start looking at bullpen here. It's a little early, but Blanton looks about as effective as Cincinnati Reds pitcher at home most nights. But well, let's just see what happens here this inning. We'll probably let Blanton hit. He's not. Oh, it is the 5th. We have bullpen. Let's get the bullpen running in here. Oh, that's not the bullpen. We got to get Bastardo to the back of the bullpen here because he's tired. We'll have Danny's bias warming up here. And we'll pinch hit for Blanton, especially if somebody gets on. Schneider. Okay, well, there's 9. Of course, Stauffer's an 8. So Schneider ends up being a 7 on the split. We got to go back to the bases empty. The result was a 9. The split is 7. And that's going to be a single. So runner on. Now you just got to keep Valdez from hitting into a double play here. That's 35. That's probably the foul out, right? There's no W rating, so yeah, it's a foul out. 2. Hundley, one away. Well, yeah, let's do it. Blanton, not very effective tonight, and we are in the fifth here. Let's see. So Stauffer, righty. Go with Michael Martinez. He hasn't played much. Let's give him a little bit of a shot here tonight. Early exit, early shower for Joe Blanton. 4 earned runs in 4 innings. That's, by my math, that's a 9 ERA. So, not good. All right, Martinez, runner at first. 26, that's going to be a possible double play, right? That's 12. Now, Hoff is a 2, so the chances of that pretty low. And, yeah, so that's going to be, it's going to be the force out at second again. 1-6. Or no, 3-6, I mean. Fielder's choice, so Martinez will be there at first base with Victorino at the plate. 2 away. 14, that's a fly ball out into left field. Ludwig reaches for it, makes the stab and grab. 1 hit, 1 left. Blanking through 5 for the Phillies. And it's going to be Danny's Baez. Going to use a little bit of the rear end of the bullpen here. And by rear end, I mean Baez at this point in his career is kind of a double dollar signs. So, what is his ranking? Isn't that right on? I guess I didn't write it on there. I thought Oh, he's a 2. Looking at the wrong card. And he's an R, which means he doesn't really strike out anybody. Blanton was a YZ. Yeah. Hopefully I can get a good night's sleep because it's been a good week. Just the last couple days been running a little dry here. So, yeah. Anyway. All right, Baez in the game. Phillies looking like they're dead men walking, so to speak, as far as this particular contest goes. And we got to put the curtains because it's lights out on Blanton, but I don't know if the lights ever came on for him. Bartlett, that's a 12. That's 25. That's going to be, let's see, he's not an X. So that's going to be a grounder to second base. So, Pete Orr with the play at first, 1 out. Hudson, 34. That's going to be a fly into center field. And Victorino with the easy grab, 2 outs. Nick Hundley, 62, strikes him out. Wait a second. That's not a strikeout. That's a pop out to short. Baez doesn't strike guys out very often, so because he's an R, so pop to short. 1-2-3 inning for Baez. Quick inning, probably give him another one, unless the Phillies like bat around or something. Doubt that's going to happen. So 4-0. Let's see. Well, Al, that's appreciate you listening in. I don't know if anybody else is out there hanging around, but. Not exactly, if you're a Phillies fan, not exactly the game you're hoping for, but, you know, it's the game you're going to get. So, it was kind of that time, right? You got to have one of those sort of correction games every once in a while. It's a grounder to Cantu. He throws over to Hoff and records the first out of the inning. Rollins, 21 is 30. That's going to be fly ball to Ludwig again. He waits for it and makes it look easy. 2 away. The big piece, Ryan Howard, has reached twice on errors. This is going to be a base hit. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-out single. He got his 1 for 3 tonight. So now Ben Francisco with Howard at first and 2 away. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Caught by Mabin. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. And it'll be Baez coming out for a second inning. Going to face 5, 6, 7 in the order. It's going to be Jorge Cantu. Leading it off. 23. Well, that's 24, which is going to be a grounder to shortstop. Rollins. A little bit deep in the hole, but he's got time to wing it across there, and Howard records the putout, 1 out. Ludwig already with a homer. Hey, we got another rare play check. We should have a drinking game for it tonight. That's how it's going. So that's going to be the air. Wait, did I say rare play or air? I meant air. And there's a 66 roll, which is probably good since we're with the Padres, and it's buried in an air check. So 23, I think that might be the pitcher, right? That might be Baez, who I think is a 1, but let's double check here. No, Baez is a 2? He is a 2. Boy, they gave him a good rating there. So maybe a chance to make this play at first. Let's see. For a 2 pitcher, it's got to be, let's see. Yeah, it's got to be under 51. There it is. That's going to be a play made. Sorry, my brain is. I told you before, it's not working so hot tonight. So and you know, I have this stuff with my eyes, and it's just a huge distraction that adds extra spaghetti in the brain. That's 23. That's gonna be a strike. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a pop out to short. Remember, so that's 2 strong innings from Baez. Through 6, it's 4-0 Padres on your Phillies. Gotta lose 50 games in a season night tonight. This will be their 9th loss unless they find a way to. I blow my nose and then I say it. I should have muted the mic. All right. Oh, well, guys, I hope you all had a good week. You know, I'm sounding a little cantankerous here tonight, but all in all, I'm in pretty good spirits. You know, games will be games, but all in all, you have to take the good with the bad. So wait. So yeah, he's an 8, right? Stauffer is an 8, and 6 to 10, 6 consecutive innings. We're gonna bump him, right? 5 points. So he's gonna go up to 13 here. So we're gonna add 5 points to everybody at the plate. So Ibanez goes from a 7 to a 12. So Ibanez at the plate, 25. That's a 9, but again, he's a 12. So when we look there, 9 and 12, that's going to go to 27, which is going to be a grounder to Cantu. That cancels out a possible hit. 1 down, Brian Schneider. Quite a Schneider. He's pretty much Mr. NL East in his career. I don't know what other teams he played for, but I know for a fact he played for the Expos, the Phillies, the Marlins, and he probably played for the Mets at some point. I don't know about, not sure about the Braves, but he kind of like kept it in the NL East most of his career, giving Ruiz the night off. And from my point of view, I feel like most of the dang team is taking the night off. But that'll be a 1-out walk for Schneider to at least get a little bit of stress here on Stauffer. But it brings up Wilson Valdez, who is not the most. Well, there's a 22. That's a 7. But now remember, we got to add 5. So Valdez 10 goes up to 15. And that's going to still be a single. So that is a good result. Schneider, not the fleetest of foot, is going to park at second. They need runs, not guys getting thrown out on the paths. And everybody's available for the Padres. So here in the top of the 7th, they're going to have to start looking at their bullpen. I forget who. Well, I forget who we used last time for them, but Neshek, Qualls, Frieri, and Adams. It was kind of a let's get this bullpen through the game. So we've got lots of good relievers at our disposal. And who's coming up here? We've got top of the order. Which lefty do we want to maybe? Well, they only how many lefties? They throws right, left. Lubke. Lubke is the only lefty, so we're going to end up with Gregerson, I think, warming up in the pen for the Padres. I think we would want to keep possible eighth inning guy there. So, first and second, and Baez is coming out. Now the Phillies, they're going to have to go to their pen for the bottom of the inning, and they will. Let's see who's coming up. Venable. Bottom of the order. Mabin. Go with Jose Contreras. But we need a pinch hitter now. Go Ross Glode, the lefty. And that may actually, so who is that for? That's for Baez. May chase Stauffer. They don't have they have a righty, so it's not. You know what? They'll let him pitch to one more guy here. He can't lose the game on this pitch. But first and second with 1 out to Ross Glode, and there we go. Off the page, we're gonna go ahead and re-roll because that's the way I play it with this box. There's a 55 with an 8 now. Let's see. Who was this? This was, Glode against a righty. He is a 0. So 8, but we go up to 13. So 13 for the number and 8. That is 27. That's going to be third base. Wait, hold on. 27. We got to wait. Hold on. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong board. I need the first and second. So I said it's 13 with an 8 result. Okay, it's 26. Second baseman is, oh boy, that's Hudson. That's not good. He's a 9. Oh boy, an 11. That's going all the way over. Well, that's a high foul out, so at least that's not the end of the world. Foul out to Hudson for 2 outs. Brings up Victorino, and they're going to go to Gregerson. So, are they? Let's let him finish. We're gonna give him one more shot here. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. Victorino at the plate. 65 is 35. That's going to be a foul out to end the inning. Foul out to the catcher. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 4 hits on the night for the Phillies. Not good enough. 7th inning stretch. Glowed. Couldn't come through. It's going to be Contreras on the mound. Four innings for Blanton, 2 innings for Baez. It's going to be Contreras. And we got Stauffer through 7, so that's fun for him. Contreras, he's going to be a grade 6. Oop. Wrong column. I put that in the innings pitched. X and W. Yeah, and we'll get a pinch hitter going here because Stauffer, that's his last bat. Get Chase Headley an at bat here. Pinch hitting. First it'll be Venable leading off. Bottom of the 7th. Facing Contreras. That's going to be a walk. Good outing for Stauffer. Good 7-inning. Gem for him, it's going to be Headley. Another air check. All right. Somebody's playing a prank on me. I'm getting pranked here by the dice. 35. 19. 19 is going to be the third baseman. That's going to be Valdez. He's a 3. 21 on a 3. That's right in the 2 range, unfortunately. Single to third, runner to second. Just not enough range. Pinch hit single by Chase Headley. Brings up Cameron Maben. First and second, nobody out. That's a fly ball to left field. It's going to be caught by Ibanez. 1 out. Jason Bartlett. It's 4-0, by the way. I haven't mentioned that in a while. 11. Boy. Well, we have a chance here, depending on... So what... This is Bartlett. Split of 9. No, that's going to be a single to center field. Venable's fast. They're going to throw into third to keep Headley from going any farther. Not even going to challenge Venable. That's going to make it 5-0. Just one of those games. RBI for Bartlett. Brings up Orlando Hudson. 1 out. Runners at first and second. 28 on the card, so 16 is 28. Shortstop. J-roll a 9. That's going to be a 1. That'll be a double play, which will end the inning. So that's a 6-4-3 double play. But they do get another run across. 2 hits. 1 left. 5-0. Going to the 8th. Check my phone here. I got a message at some point. Tell you a story at the end of this. But we're gonna. Okay, we got to do the pitching change here for San Diego is going to be Gregerson. Not a save situation here, so there's no real reason to go through any typical progression of relief pitchers unless the Phillies start to touch him up. But he's at 14 grade, so that should neutralize a bunch of chances. Headley did his job, helped move a guy to home plate. You know what? Let's do a double switch here, eh? Let's do that. Question is who? We'll do that with Hop. Oh, let me see here. What do we got here for their lineup? Cantu can play first base. Move him to first. Bring in there's no real let's see. Does Hudson play first? No. But that would help to at least get a better first baseman in there. You might avoid yeah. So we're going to move Cantu to first base here in the 8th. Actually, what am I doing? We can leave Chase Headley in there. That would be the better option. Headley will stay in, play third base. He's a 4-rated third baseman, so that's a defensive improvement. You move Cantu over and you slide in your pitcher, who is Gregerson, into the 7 hole, and he'll hit fourth. So if you get somebody on base, you can just pinch hit for him. You're probably going to bring in another pitcher anyway. All right, and the 8th. All right, so that almost forgot how to do that, you know. Been a while since I had to do a double switch like that. All right, so Pete Orr going to lead off. Another dropped die. And the question is, where did she go? I heard it hit that, and then I have no clue. Did it go underneath it? Oh, there it is. It's been that kind of night, guys. Whether it's me, whether it's the Phillies, it's just been a struggle altogether. Bullpen Phillies going to the bottom of the 8th. Kyle Kendrick, a little bit of a stretch out here. So, Orr, excuse me, 35 is the result on the card, which was at ground at third, I think. Well, let's see. Gregerson, he doesn't walk, so yeah, it's ground at third base, 1 out. Play for Headley right there, right? Double check. Gregerson. Yeah. No letters. Okay, Rollins 0 for 3 tonight. Whoo-wee, another air check. 56. 21. First base. So there you go. Cantu was a 3 and Hoff was a 2. 22, and that is going to be an out instead of an error. How about that? I think that may be the first time that a defensive replacement has actually come in and made a difference. How about that? That's an out. Howard now, he is 1 for 3. Reached every time, though, and he's going to get a 2 for 4 here probably, unless, let's see. Well, it's a 9, but this is a tough ask. Gregerson is 14, so that makes Howard 12 on a 9. Yep, that's 27. That's going to be a grounder to the third baseman, Headley. 1, 2, 3 innings. So, moral of the story, don't be thinking that you will never pay off for a defensive replacement. Now, Francisco might have gotten out, and the third out, but you don't have to make any chances about it, right? All right, Kendrick. We're going to bring Kendrick in to pitch the bottom of the 8th. And they'll just leave this as is. I was going to say we could do a double switch for the Phillies, but if they get the Kendrick spot, they're going to want to. It would also mean that they have a chance to tie the ball game or go ahead, and then they probably want to use their closer anyway. So Kendrick is an 11 off the out of the bullpen. So Contreras only 1 inning and pitched pretty rattly, if that's even a term. So Kendrick in the ball game, going to face Hundley, righty. Fly ball to center, 1 out. What's our time here? 1:07. We better get finished up here soon. 24. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop. Rollins throws to first. 2 away. Ryan Ludwig. 62 strikes him out. 1, 2, 3 inning. Kendrick mows him down. Last chance. I think we're going to go ahead and pitch Gregerson another inning. He had a 1, 2, 3 innings. So their closer is, let's see, is it Heath Bell, maybe? Yeah. They'd think about getting him warming up here, but they probably don't even have to. Ben Francisco. 25, that'll be a grounder to Orlando Hudson. 1 out. Top of the 9th here. 5-0. They're blanking him. Raul Ibanez. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Just dies short of the wall. And Ludwig with the catch. And they're going to pinch hit for Schneider with Placido Polanco. And they got a couple of pinch hitters here they can use. To see if they can get the lineup turned over. No, you need the first hit here. So it's going to be Polanco facing Gregerson with 2 outs. Nobody on. One last error check. How about that? 36. 19 is going to be third base. So this is Headley. He's a 4. 21. That would have been a 2. It would have been an error. But instead, with 2 outs, that is going to be a 5-3 put out and end the game. No runs, no hits, no errors. The San Diego Padres take game 3. 5-0 is your final. The victory goes to Tim Stauffer. Solid 7 inning performance from the righty. Lost to Blanton. No save. One of those, like I said, course correction games for the Phillies. They were living large for a while, but everybody needs a scoop of humble pie on occasion, and this is it for them. So tough break, but you're gonna have that. Last 8 batters for the Phillies were retired in order. 4 hits. For the Fightins, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, it looks like, for the Padres. Got their bats together at the right time. At least sneak one. That runs the record to 7-14, so a mean 333 win percentage. But, you got to start somewhere. For the Phillies, they dropped to 11-9. That probably will put them into a tie for first. Excuse me, with might be New York Mets, but I'll have to check. I'll have to check later. With the prospects of Mets fans being around, I don't want to give them too much to gloat about. So, but that's okay. Hold on here. I'm just putting my cards back together so I don't get out of order. I like orderly stuff with my. So the way I usually do this is I have the starters on top, starting pitchers. Then I have all my position players, and I just got to make sure I don't have a pitcher buried in here. Gregerson's over there, so he's not. So then I put the starters on top, the position players, and then the relief pitchers on the bottom. That's the way I store them when I'm doing a project. So tough break for them Phillies, but yeah. So just having, the text. One of my kids in college, and it's been quite a turnaround. Thankfully, it's been a rough couple of years. Well, it was. COVID has done a lot to our children, and fortunately, at least at this point, one of my kids is, I think, escaping its clutches in a reasonably sane fashion. So that's really. It's just awesome to see. It's So anyway, if anybody's hanging around here, feel free to add a comment to the chat. I'll stick here for just a minute or two. You know what, we can. I don't know what that was. Ghost maybe. We'll write up the stats here. 1 for 4 there from Victorino. Shutout, so we don't have to put any runs in here for the Phillies. They were pathetic. We'll go 0-0-0. Let's see. 0 for 4 from Orr. I don't know why Charlie Manuel would have put him up that high. Of course, Rollins 0 for 4 as well. 1 for 4 for Howard. We don't need to bother with runs batted in either, right? Zeros up and down. 0 for 4 for Francisco. 0 for 4. Bottom of the order was where it was at tonight for the Phillies. Actually, I should do a couple of these. So 0 for 1 for Polanco. 1 for 2 for Schneider. Decent night for him in a ugly game. Valdez 1 for 3, not too bad. 0 for 1 Blanton, 0 for 1 Martinez, 0 for 1 Glode. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits, no runs, no RBIs. And what do we got here? 24, 27, 33. At bats with a walk, so that's 34. So our math that way adds up. And then the other way we go is runs plus putouts. So 0, 27. And we had 34, so that means 7 left on base would be the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our scoring balances. Again, feel free to leave a comment or not. No runs there, no runs here, none there. 2 for Hundley, 1 for Kintu, 1 for Ludwig. He's going to have 2 runs batted in, I'm sure. He had a home run. He had a 2 for 4 night. Good night for Ludwig. And we had a run here for Venable. One for 2 for Stauffer, and he had a run batted in. You had an 0 for 2 for Venable, but he did have a run batted in on the RBI ground out. 1 for 1 for Headley. Didn't drive in that run. Let's see, a 1 for 4 for Bartlett. He did drive in Venable there. So what's that get us to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be all of our. It's got an 0 for 4 for Hudson. We can put the rest of the runs batted in as 0. 0 for 3. 1 for 4. 2 for 4 for Hundley. So a couple of good games there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. Matches up. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we already counted 5 over there. We've got 24. 6 and 4 is 24. 27, 32, and is it 1 walk? 1 walk, 33. So they actually had fewer plate appearances than the Phillies, which means that with 5 runs. Well, they only had 24 outs, so 24 and 5 is 29. So that would be 4 left on base, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of our proof. So I've talked about this before, but just in case anybody wonders, you have the proof. Actually, let's do it on this note card here. Take the Phillies for example. Proof of scoring. So what do we have on one side? Well, what you can do is, this is the cheat way, but this is the way I like to do it. I like to take plate appearances. And it's easy to do. We've got 4. For the Phillies, we've got 4 times through the lineup minus 2. So 9 times 4 is 36, minus 2, 34. So both sides of this equation have to equal 34. On the one side, you have one way to add up plate appearances is by your at-bats, which was 33 for the Phillies, your walks, which is 1, hit by pitch, 0, sacrifice, bunts, and I believe flies as well, and catcher's interference, 0. So catcher's interference does not count as an at-bat. So anything that doesn't count as an at-bat, that's got to add up to your plate appearances. And then on this side, you got runs, which for the Phillies was 0. You have offensive put out. So how many times they were put out on offense? 27, and then left on base. And again, you can kind of do the subtraction to get a 7 right there, right? So 27 and 7, 34. And again, we counted it up there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we could do again the same thing for, that was 33, remember? So we had at bats 32. Did the addition over there. We had a 1 walk. Again, hit and pitch, none, sack, catcher interference. There might be one other category in there. Runs, 5 runs. Now this is where offensive putouts 24. Then you got left on base. And again, let's just go ahead and take the number here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 28 and 3 is 33. Or 28 and 5 is 33. So the proofs work. And so if you ever want to check and make sure that you've done your math right, that's how you do it. Anyway, all right. Well, nobody's leaving comments, so I'm heading out. See you next time on Tenacious Sports. Phillies Replay is signing off. Have a good night, everybody.